Let's talk about the new year. What if we could just completely reimagine it? Today, we're digging into a totally different way to look at the start of a new year, all inspired by Tropialis lifestyle. It's about swapping all that noise and pressure for something quieter, something clearer. I mean, really think about it. You know that feeling, right? The pressure to have the perfect night, the crushing weight of making some huge life-altering resolution, this expectation that you're just going to magically become a whole new person at the stroke of midnight. If that sounds a little too familiar, well, you are definitely not alone. So, what if there's a better way? So here's the core idea. It's a fundamental shift in focus. We're moving away from the loud chaos of fireworks and rigid resolutions, and instead, we're turning inward. We're talking about peace and actual renewal. It's less about a huge party and more about hitting a personal pause button. And that brings us to the philosophy behind all this, the philosophy of renewal. This is all about seeing the new year as something more than just a ticking clock. It's a real, genuine opportunity for something much, much deeper. I just love this phrase, a sacred pause. How great is that? It's not about just stopping everything. It's about intentionally taking a moment to realign yourself. This completely reframes the new year. It stops being just another date on the calendar and becomes, well, a personal and spiritual checkpoint. And this way of thinking totally redefines what luxury even means. It's not about having more stuff or excess. It's about experiencing more of what matters. The focus completely shifts to things that genuinely nurture us, our well-being, our sense of authenticity, and our connections with the people we care about. So the new year becomes this gateway. It's a chance to intentionally tune out all the noise from the past year and get really clear on what matters. And in this approach, things like wellness and reflection, they aren't just little add-ons. They're the main event. Okay, so this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But where can you actually see this philosophy in action? Well, Bali is held up as the perfect example of a modern sanctuary, a place where these ideas are already woven into everyday life. The place is described with this beautiful phrase, calm elegance. You can almost feel it, can't you? The warm breezes, the stunning sunrises, it paints a picture of the perfect backdrop. Not for a wild party, but for a quiet, deeply personal journey of renewal. And this is what that renewal actually looks like. It's not some abstract idea. We're talking about tangible things you can do, like meditation, sound healing, or doing yoga right by the sea. See, these aren't just distractions. They are real practices designed to help us find our inner harmony again. All right, let's bring this all back home. How can we apply this to our own lives, no matter where we are? The big idea is to move beyond resolutions and start setting what are called soulful, purpose-driven intentions for the year ahead. So this is the big pivot. We're throwing out those resolutions that are born from pressure. All the things we feel we should do. And instead, we're embracing mindful goals that actually come from our inner truth, from a real desire for well-being. And there's a pretty clear path to follow here, laid out in 4 simple steps. First, just ditch the pressure. Seriously. From there, it's about prioritizing your health, all of it, mental and physical. Then, choosing experiences like travel that have a real purpose. And finally, just making more conscious choices day to day that align with your values. It really is a whole lifestyle shift. And here's the secret ingredient to all of this: presence. Being present. The ultimate luxury today isn't some expensive watch or a flashy car. It's having the time to actually savor a slow morning or to be completely lost in a meaningful conversation. It's about the richness of your experience, not the richness of your possessions. So what's the big takeaway when we boil it all down? It's really about learning to live with this kind of intention every single day, not just on January 1st. I just love this metaphor. The start of the year isn't a frantic sprint from a starting line. Instead, picture yourself just stepping into a river, a graceful, continuous flow. There's no need to rush. You just need to move with purpose and intention. And this quote right here, it just nails the entire concept. Prosperity isn't just about money. True, lasting wealth is found in a life that feels balanced, that's filled with gratitude, and that is, above all, an honest reflection of who you truly are. So if you're going to remember 3 things from all this, let it be these. A truly refined year is built on peace, on intention, and on achieving what's called elevated living, which is just a beautiful way of saying a life filled with more awareness, purpose, and elegance. But at the end of the day, this isn't some strict formula you have to copy. It's really an invitation for you to find your own path. So the final question is for you to think about. As you look ahead, what does your journey of renewal look like?